Alright, so moving on from linear inequalities, now we have optimization. So optimization is actually the most important part of chapter 8, is where you have already learned how to draw your lines, shade the region of interest and find the corner points. Thereafter, now we are going to use the corner points to basically yield the optimum value, which is what we're going to look at in step 6 and 7. So step 1 to step 5 basically shouldn't be a problem. Don't worry about step 1. The question will already give you the variables, you just follow. The question will already tell you which is x and y, you just follow. Okay, so you have to define the constraints. This is where the biggest struggle is. Students can't seem to understand the questions and come up with the inequalities. Alright, so let's look at example 1. An airline operates aircraft that can carry at most 250 passengers. So x plus y will be lesser or equal to 250. So at most, at least, this is where all your constraints are sitting down. So x is package seats. You don't worry, in your manual it is not given to you. But in your exams, they will already tell you which is x and which is y. So you just follow. So an airline operates an aircraft that can carry at most 250 passengers. So what does that tell you? How many of x plus how many of y should be lesser or equal to 250? Some passengers are booked on travel and pay less than standard. The airline policy dictates that you allocate no more than 150 package. So x should be lesser or equal to 150 because package seat is 150. So no more than 150, x should be lesser or equal to 150. And must have at least 60. At least 60 means y should be more or equal to 60. There are never more standard than package. So standard should always be lesser or equal to package. Y will be lesser or equal to x. So this is how you basically extract out all your inequalities. And then you're going to draw these inequalities out. Okay, try to highlight everywhere there's a number because every number needs to be used. Every constraint needs to be used, at least, at most, more than, less than, all right? Okay, so basically, the last part giving you the profit equation, we will use it later. So 20 for each package, which is 20x plus 40y. This is your profit equation, which we will look at a little later. All right, so you will sketch your graphs, the 4 lines that I showed you just now. So you will have your y equals to x line when x and y will be equal. When x is 0, y is 0. X is 100, y is 100. X is 200, y is 200. You will draw that line. Then you will have your x plus y less or equals to 250. So x will be 250, y will be 250. You draw the line across. Then you will have y more equals to 60 and you will basically draw all these lines up. And then you have x is less or equals to 150. This is your 150 line. This is your region of interest. This is what is the region that you are looking for. All right, so you need to find all the intersection points around the region of interest. This also we have done previously. All your corner points, which is the intersection points, should be the same as mine. So what you're going to be doing thereafter is plugging all these coordinates into your profit equation to find your maximum profit. So can you see I plugged it in one by one and your maximum profit that you will get is 7,500. So what does that tell you? You need to send 125 of package and 125 of standard and make the highest profit of 7,500. Question 1, let's take a look together. The refrigeration department has enough floor space for only 114 refrigerators. So meaning what does that tell you? X plus y must be lesser or equal to 114 because you only have enough space for 114. They sell 2 types of refrigerators. X is standard, Y is deluxe. Don't worry, question will already give you that. The company purchases the standard model at 750 and the deluxe at 1000. So the standard model is 750 and the deluxe at 1000 allows a maximum of 90,000. So 750X plus 1000Y should be less or equals to 90,000. If the left is cost, the right must also be cost. Everything you talk about must be related to cost. Okay, market research suggests at least twice as many standard as deluxe. Please follow the ratio method that I taught you. What is said first goes to the left. What is said first? Standard. Standard goes to the left. What is said second? Deluxe. Y goes to the right. How many times to the right? So you have X and 2Y. The how many times goes to the right always. Please follow this method. It is foul prove. What is said first to the left, what is said second to the right, the how many times to the right. Okay, now you want to know the sign, whether more than or less than. At least is more or equal to. Okay, then you have x more equals to 0, y more equals to 0. Why do you have that? Because you cannot have negative number of refrigerators. All right, then the last part is basically the profit equation. P is equals to 350x plus 450y. So you will graph all this, and this is the region of interest that you get. I've already taught you how to graph. I've taught you how to shade. If you don't know how to do this, please reach out to me, all right? Your coordinates must be exactly the same. Wherever you can use your calculators, use it and find the intersection points. These, I have actually just simplified the equation. You don't need to simplify. You can just put in the original equation. No problem. Okay? So you will plug in all your corner points into the profit equation and find the one with the highest profit. So you have 4 corner points. You see A, B, C, D. You don't need to label it A, B, C, D. Actually, you can label it anything that you're comfortable with, and you will find the one with the highest profit. All right. So to achieve the maximum profit, you basically need to sell 96 units, 96 standard and 18 deluxe. Okay, let's look at question 2. Let's go back to the manual. Kate and Nathan runs a business. So you see in your exams, they will already give you this part. Do you see? Let X be the number of small and Y be the number of large hutches. So they already tell you which is X and Y. So you just look for the constraints. Kate and Nathan run a business making hutches for animals such as rabbits or reptiles. They produce hutches of 2 different sizes, a small and a large, X and Y. In the coming month, they have to produce at least 20 small and 10 large. So let's go back here. Do you see that? At least 20 small, X should be more equals to 20, and at least 10 large, Y should be more equals to 10. Going back there, you need 6 working hours for each small, 9 working hours for each large. You only have a total of 300 working hours. So what does that tell you? 6x. You cannot write x plus y. Working hours, working hours, working hours. What's on the left should be the same as what's on the right. So 6x plus 9y should be lesser or equal to 300. Do you see that? I have simplified here. You want to simplify, you can. You don't want to just use my method. X is 0, what is y? Y is 0, what is x? And plot your lines. Shade your region of interest. All right. Find all the 3 corner points. Substitute. Now they are asking you for revenue. This is your revenue equation right here. Write down your revenue equation. R is equals to 75x plus 100y. You plug all your corner points. 1, 2, 3. Plug it into this revenue equation and see which one makes the highest profit. And you will see that 3510 makes the highest profit. If you cannot read it from your graph, substitute your equations and find it. That is accurate. Your graph may not be very accurate. All right. Question 3. So they already told you X is 1 bedroom, Y is 2 bedrooms. So you just follow. He plans to have a maximum of 2,400 square meters. So you pretty much know it's lesser or equals to 2,400. This is square meters. Whatever that's on the right must also be square meters. So let's take a look what you have. Each 1 bedroom requires 60. So 60x plus 80y. Do you see that? 60x plus 80y should be lesser or equals to 2,400. He needs to build at least 12 1 bedroom and 10 2 bedroom. So x should be more equals to 12, y should be more equals to 10. Okay, and not exceed a total of 35 units. So how many of x and y he makes must be lesser or equal to 35. So you have these inequalities here. All right, you plot it out. Find all your corner points, find your region of interest. This you can find from the calculator. That would be very, very accurate. So find all your corner points around your region of interest. Write down your profit equation, substitute it one by one and find the one that makes the highest profit. All right. Moving on to question 4. So question 4 is the same. They already told you. Let x represents factory m, y represent factory n. So this is x, this is y. This is x, this is y. The company must fill an order that at least 480 aluminium doors. So 40 coming from x, plus 80 coming from Y must be more or equals to 480. Subsequently, 70 coming from X, 60 coming from Y must be more or equals to 600. So I would advise you, as you're watching the video, pause, read the question, and then play along so you understand what's going on. All right, you pause, read the question, and then only you play. Okay, so let's take a look. Do you see what I've got here? 40x plus 80y should be more or equals to 480. 70x plus 60y should be more or equals to 600. You want to simplify, you can. You don't want, you can use the method I've taught you. Draw your lines, shade. So your region of interest here is an open region. You have 3 corner points, 1, 2, 3. Going back to the question, write a linear objective function for cost. They've given you the cost here. 30,000x plus 40,000y is equal to costs. For how many days that each factory should operate to fill the orders and minimize the cost? So cost you always want to minimize. So you substitute your 3 corner points, 1, 2, 3 into the cost equation, and you will see the minimum will be 6,3. How to get 6,3? You can get it from the graph. But once you have drawn your graph, always plug in the calculator and check whether you got it right. Question 5. So let's look at question 5. So X is 1 ton, Y is 3 tons. So each way they make a maximum of 550 1-tonners. So X should be lesser or equals to 550. Y should be lesser or equal to 400. Do you see that? That's from the first sentence of the question. We only have 125 workers, each working a 38-hour week. The 2-tonner requires, so employee hours, that means the number of employee times hours, you know. So you have to take 125 times 38. Okay, so that's how you get 5x plus 8y times 38, lesser or equal to 38 times. Why lesser or equals to? Because you only have that many. You understand? And employee hours, you have to take employee times hours. So you will get 5x plus 8y 4750. If left is employee hours, right must also be employee hours. The plant has enough parking space for 800 completed trucks. So you only have enough space for 800 trucks. So x plus y must be lesser or equal to 800. Okay, so you've already got the inequalities. You draw the region, you draw the lines, you shape the region of interest, write down your profit equation, plug all these coordinates into your profit equation, find the one that makes the maximum profit. Okay, number 6, X is red wine and Y is white wine. Okay, she can produce is limited to a maximum of 150 bottles. So that's their first inequality. X plus Y must be lesser or equal to 150. Next one. Her red wines have become very sought after, but she produces no more than twice as much red as white. Follow the method I taught you. What is said first? To the left. What is said second? To the right. How many times to the right? So you have X and 2Y. How to see which inequality? Okay, no more than. That tells you X should be lesser or equal to 2Y. All right. Each bottle of red wine is $9. So 9x plus 12y should be lesser or equals to 1,500. So that is your inequality there. So then the last one, y should be lesser or equals to 120. Plot all the lines out. Shade the region of interest. Plug all your corner points into your profit equation and find the number of red and white wine bottles. All right. The last question, question 7. Question 7 is pretty much a little easier. They've given you the graphs here. So let's look at this. Let H be the number of hard bags and P be the number of paper bags. Write down 5 inequalities relating to the constraint. 15 or more hard bags. So let's go back here. H is more or equal to 50. At least 25 paper bags. P should be more or equals to 25. At least 40, but at most 60 copies all together. All together means H plus P must be more or equals to 40. H plus P must be lesser or equals to 60. More equal paper bags than hard bags. So paper bags always more equal than hard bags. So that's quite straightforward. So now what you need to do is write down all 5. You have done that. Label the lines. So now you need to look here. Which would make more sense, all right? So you need to come up with a scale. So we'll use the easiest. H is 15. So by far, if this is H equal, that means if this is H, that would make more sense. Because can you see here, they've used 25. They've used 5 boxes. So this would be H, this would be P. You label it accordingly. Shade the region of interest. Same thing, you're going to plug, write down your cost equation. You want to find minimum cost, plug all your coordinates into your cost equation, see which is minimum. Okay, it would be 1525. All right, revenue, you always want the highest. So write down your revenue equation, plug all the coordinates into your revenue equation. The one with the highest would be 3030. Profit also, you want the highest. Write your profit equation and plug everything inside. All right, so that shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so that is about it for linear optimization, which will take quite a bit of marks in your exams. So please make sure you can sort it out. You know how to do it. All right, apart from that, if you can't, please reach out to me and I will spend some time to teach you. All right. Okay, for this class, what we would do is, I would just want you to finish up to question 4. And in the next class, we will finish question 5 till pass your question.